inside the billionaire life of El Chapo's smartest brother.
The tunnels, the escapes, the billion-dollar empire. But what if you know El Chapo? The tunnels, the escapes, the billion-dollar empire. But what if I told you his older brother
I did not even know he had a brother. Don't we just put it like that?
might be just as rich?
Because he's the most like known out of the family, I guess. But that's what this video is about. It's showing how the other brother is like the most unknown one out of the both of them, but he's also living the life under the radar.
Even smarter and still free. Meet El Guano. You won't find him on Forbes, but in the hills of Sinaloa, he's known as the ghost of the mountains. The silent brother who built power in the shadows. Today, we dive into his mysterious rise, the money he may control.
I mean, yeah, the fame has a lot to do with El Chapo being caught up because everybody knew about him and they knew that he was out there in their hometown and stuff like that. Like everybody talked about him compared to the other brother. The less he's known, the more easier it is for him to fly under the radar and still be able to do all that stuff.
His lifestyle and how he became the last old-school capo still standing. Aureliano Guzman Loera was born in La Tuna, a tiny mountain village in Sinaloa, Mexico, the same place as his little brother El Chapo. But
Oh.
before the world
And that's his older brother. See what I'm saying? I didn't know he existed, bro.
knew their names, they were just kids
Did you guys know?
growing up in a poor farming family. Their parents, Emilio and Maria Consuelo, raised them in the middle of the Golden Triangle, where Sinaloa, Durango, and Chihuahua states meet. A rugged, lawless region growing opium poppies and marijuana.
This has nothing to do with that, but yo, if y'all haven't tried this thing is fire, bro. The Chips Ahoy frap, 10 out of 10. I'll definitely recommend it.
Wasn't crime, it was survival. For most people up there, farming drugs was just part of life, no different than corn or beans. And Aureliano, he learned it young. Long before cartels became billion-dollar machines, he was already out there picking poppy buds in the dust. But even back then, he wasn't like Chapo. Joaquin was loud, ambitious, always looking to move up, the kind of guy who'd run head first into danger if it meant power. Aureliano was the opposite, quiet, patient. While Chapo left the village in the 80s to hustle with the Guadalajara cartel, El Guano stayed behind. He got into smuggling too, but low-key. No flashy moves, no attention. He preferred the mountains, the Sierra, where he could work quietly, watch how things moved, and build something on his own terms. Back in the 90s, while El Chapo was
So far, the difference that I see is that Chapo liked the attention, the notoriety that comes from it, the fame, the power that he builds, the reputation, from just being that, like he said, that person that is known for being violent, for being, like he said, head on to every fucking problem that came across. Compared to the other brother, he was doing the same thing, but off the radar, like not even bringing attention to himself or his, operations or anything like that. Which, when you think about it, is low key the best thing to do when you're doing that type of work. I guess that type of life.
rising
It's better just stay off the radar and not bring any attention to yourself.
fast, escaping prison, building his legend. Aureliano was quietly building his own power base behind the scenes. People who know him say he's introverted and avoids the spotlight. But inside the Sinaloa cartel, people knew who he was. He was respected, trusted, especially by El Chapo. Through the early 2000s, Guano kept doing what he did best, staying low, staying sharp. While Chapo ran the cartel with flash and fire, Guano ran it with patience. Then in 2000,
It's almost like El Chapo was the face of it, and then he was the one doing everything behind the scenes.
2015, everything shifted. Chapo broke out of prison again, one of the most dramatic escapes in narco history, and suddenly needed someone he could trust to hold the whole operation together. That's when, in a famous letter...
The craziest thing about his brother is that I know a lot of people that look like him. Like, there's a lot of people out there in the street that look like him. You wouldn't ever be thinking, like, oh, he's a fucking narco or he's a top dog, you know?
trust to hold the whole operation together. That's when, in a famous letter, he handed over control to just a few people. His sons, Damaso Lopez and Aureliano.
Sí, señor, yo soy Damaso, soy hijo de licenciado. Damn.
His sons, Damaso Lopez and Aureliano. That moment sealed it. Guano wasn't...
He looks like your typical Mexican uncle. I'm not even lying, bro. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have an uncle or know someone that looks just like him.
just the quiet brother anymore. He was now co-leading one of the most powerful drug empires in the world. Not from a fancy penthouse, but from deep inside the Sinaloa mountains. And he didn't stop there. Over time, he opened up his own trafficking routes, especially through Sonora into the U.S. He had his own armed militia, his own loyal foot soldiers. They even had a name, Gente del Guano, Guano's people. Not a nickname, a real faction. And when the government came for him, yes, raids, patrols, helicopters, but nothing worked. Every operation ended the same way.
Cause he had the most loyal people behind him, bro. They not gonna let him get caught up. Like he said, even the name says it himself, Gente del Guano. You know they're about to risk their life and do anything it takes just to not get him caught up.
No Guano. Locals say he's impossible to catch. He knows the Sierra better than anyone alive. Lookouts in every direction, no phones, no tech. Just old school tactics and a network that runs deep. El Guano saw himself as the one who should take over after El Chapo. Not the sons, not the new generation, but him. And honestly, a lot of people in the cartel agreed. He had the experience, the old school reputation. When Chapo was finally captured, Aureliano didn't hesitate. He stepped up and took control of their home turf. Badiraguato. That's where it all started. That's where the Guzmans were strongest. That's when his people started to call him El Señor de la Sierra. From that point on, Guano became the mountain boss, the man responsible for protecting the heart of the cartel's operations. So just how much power does he really have? A lot. He runs his own army in the Sierra. He controls drug production, heroin, fentanyl, meth, and marijuana. It's known by leaked Mexican documents that he manages key smuggling routes into the U.S., especially through Arizona. Even U.S. prosecutors have labeled him a major player, calling his operation an extensive drug trafficking network that crosses borders. Bottom line, with Chapo gone, El Guano isn't just surviving. He's helping hold the cartel together.
All these clips are from the Narcos show. If you have not watched it, well, I'm pretty sure it's Narcos Mexico, or it's Chapo. But if you have not watched it, go check that out. It's pretty fire. I know I got off track, but y'all probably might be asking yourself, where is these clips coming from? I want to watch that. Netflix. It's either El Chapo or Narcos Mexico. And it basically tells everything that he was speaking about right now. But I did not know that character was El Chapo's brother.
When you picture a drug lord's fortune, you probably imagine mansions, Lamborghinis, and wild parties. But El Guano flips
Ranches,
that script entirely. His wealth isn't loud, it's quiet, calculated,
land.
and buried deep in the Sierra Madre.
Yep.
Aureliano is widely believed to be one of the richest figures in the narco world. Not just millionaire rich, we're talking billions. Some reports estimate his personal fortune could sit somewhere between $4 and $10 billion. That's right, billions. And here's why that might not be as crazy as it sounds. Unlike his brother El Chapo, El Guano has never been arrested. He's never had his properties seized, never had to rebuild an empire from scratch after a capture or extradition. Instead, he's been operating continuously since the 1990s. That's more than 3 decades of moving drugs, collecting taxes on every
Exactly.
shipment through his territory.
Imagine 30 years of drug money being stacked up, boom, 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 like he said, without having to start again from zero and then boom, try to go up again. Man, that man's got a fortune.
And keeping all that income. He controls an important part of the Golden Triangle, a region responsible for around 30% of Mexico's
La
opium
Noria,
production.
La Palma,
That means tons of heroin
El
passing through
Revolcadero, La
his
Tuna.
territory every year, plus marijuana
Damn.
and even cocaine and fentanyl routes. His faction, Gente del Guano, isn't a side gig, it's a major pillar of the Sinaloa cartel. He taxes, protects, and possibly coordinates massive shipments worth hundreds of millions each year. So when people say he might be richer than Chapo ever was, they're not just guessing. El Chapo was once estimated at around $5 to $12 billion, and he had multiple arrests, escapes, and asset seizures. El Guano? He's been stacking cash quietly for over 30 years, and some believe he may have safeguarded part of Chapo's missing
30.
fortune. But you wouldn't know it just by looking at him. No mega mansions. Drive through La Tuna, his home village, and you might just spot a modest rancher, a guy in a cowboy hat sipping a beer on the porch. His wealth is hidden behind barbed wire, dirt roads, and the trust of the locals. Take La Lagunita.
Exactly. That's what I heard. A lot of narcos do. Like, they'll buy land and they'll let other people live on it just so that they can hide that it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? That way they'll have hella fucking land, but there's people living in it. And if they come asking, nah, this is mine. My family gave it to me or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll just make anything up, and they won't even ask no more questions. But whole time they're guarding that land for the big dogs.
For example, one of his ranches. From above, it looks like a few buildings nestled into the hills. His version of luxury? Custom armored 4x4 trucks. Hidden safe houses stocked with imported whiskey, gourmet food, satellite phones, and backup generators. Locals describe him as traditional and smart. So while he doesn't flaunt his riches, make no mistake, El Guano is one of the richest, most elusive men in the drug world. And now, with the Sinaloa cartel fractured into rival factions, El Guano has picked his side. He's aligned with Los Chapitos, his nephews, and the powerful CJNG, going up against La Mayiza, loyal to El Mayo Zambada, and El Chapo Isidro from the old Beltran Leyva network. The fight has gotten especially tense in Guano's territory, Badiraguato, and the high Sierras, where La Mayiza reportedly tried to move in and grab opium fields.
The thing is that a lot of these soldiers that they got, I guess you can say, are ex-military, or they're fucking trained by ex-military people, which that's where they get that fucking badass fucking tactics from. You know, they move tactical as fuck.
And trafficking routes. In response, Guano's sicarios put out a message. We're not looking.
Even Marines, Army, soldiers, SWAT, everything from over here from the U.S., they get trained by them.
For fights, but we know how to defend our land.
Todo el que venga a querer invadir la tierra de Aureliano Guzmán Loera, se le va a echar putazo.
Their words came with a threat. Whoever tries to take their ground will catch putazos, meaning heavy fire. Then things escalate.
Putazos. My boy. Se le van los vergazos.
A leaked video showed La Mayiza trying to bomb the Guzman family house in Badiraguato, the same home said to belong to El Chapo and Guano's mother. But the bomb missed. Completely. It hit the yard instead of the house. A bold move, but also a total fail. Still, it made one thing clear. This war isn't just talk anymore, it's real. And El Guano, he's not going anywhere. Here's one of the wildest facts about El Guano. He's never spent a single day in prison. Not one. In a world where most major drug lords end up dead, extradited, or locked away for life, that's almost unbelievable. And it's not like the authorities haven't tried. The
He's basically figured the glitch out on how to do the crime and don't do the time, bro.
U.S. has a $5 million bounty on him. He's wanted for trafficking heroin,
How much?
cocaine,
$5 million.
fentanyl, and marijuana.
$5 million. And even if people know where he's at, they won't give him up.
Menu. Mexican officials blame him for fueling violence all across Sinaloa. And yet, he's still out there, pushing 70, still in control. So how does he manage it?
Oh, hell nah. 70-year-old, fuck. Man, y'all don't even know how he looks no more. He probably looks about 50 at most right there.
El Guano knows the Sierra like the back of his hand. These mountains are his territory, steep, remote, and impossible to police. He's built safe houses, escape routes, and tunnels. When troops show up at one location, he's already vanished to the next. In 2024, Mexican
No wonder they call him the ghost.
soldiers raided a camp in Durango, and his security chief, known as R8, was arrested. But Guano?
Oh shit. I heard a lot of fucking corridos about him and I didn't even know he was part of them. El
His
R8.
security chief, known as R8, was arrested. But Guano? Slipped away again. It's like chasing smoke. He has protection. Not just from
They basically let themselves get caught so that the one that's in charge can get away.
armed guards, but from entire communities. He's seen as a provider in those villages, fixing roads, sponsoring fiestas,
And that's why they never gonna catch him, because people will literally let him go inside their house to hide because he does good things for the whole community.
handing out cash. So when the military shows up,
See what I'm saying?
the locals are already warning him before a single boot hits the ground. While other cartel giants have fallen, his brother, the Beltran Leyva brothers, El Guano is still moving. Even El Mayo Zambada, once seen as the last free boss of the old generation, now is behind bars in the United States. That leaves El Guano as the only big-name capo still active.
Oh shit. I was saying that they have not seen him, but look at him, bro. He looks like a regular Mexican grandpa, bro. Like, it could be anyone's grandpa.
States. That leaves El Guano as the only big-name capo still active and untouched. But don't let the legend fool you, he's ruthless. In 2015, he allegedly ordered the murder of his own half-brother, Ernesto Guzman, over suspected ties to a rival group. That's the pattern.
Shit.
Anyone who comes for him either disappears or misses completely.
He's a
Another
threat, bro.
fact.
Cannot be trusting
In
him.
fact, one of his sons, El Guanito, once started shooting and aiming guns at cops in a bar in Culiacan. Looks like the action runs in the family. He's
Damn.
mastered the one rule.
He aimed it right whenever there was no more fucking bullets in it. Look at that. Look at that. That shit is cocked back, bro.
In the family. He's mastered the one rule most capos forget.
El Antrax, el chino Antrax.
Stay invisible. No headlines, no chaos. Just one of the world's most wanted men still running the game. And always one step ahead. Subscribe to Informe Secret.
Damn, my boy, this motherfucker was too short. But it was a fucking good video. Did y'all know that he was El Chapo's brother? Or did y'all even know he had a brother? Cause I didn't, bro. Hey, let me know down below. Did y'all know? Or nah? But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay blessed, y'all.